were dismissed for saying that they could not be impartial. Dozens of others still need to be questioned, but no jurors have been chosen just yet.
Fox's Brooks Singman. A fourth body has been recovered from the site of last month's Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse in Baltimore inside a submerged construction vehicle. 2 more workers are missing and presumed dead. Maryland Transportation Authority Chief Engineer James Harkness says the debris cleanup is on schedule to clear the entire shipping channel by the end of next month.
Some pieces above the waterline are easier than the pieces below the waterline. You may have to section them up into smaller pieces.
City of Baltimore's hired attorneys to pursue legal action against the operator of the cargo ship that hit the bridge. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now. And right now is about 2 minutes after 7 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. So happy it's Tuesday. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
And I'm Lee Barrows.
There you go.
So I know. I mean, for some reason, when you said I'm Kelly Knapp, it didn't sound right. I'm thinking, that's not your name.
Well, it is.
It is today. Anyway,
I don't know why.
we're going to use it for today. You can change it tomorrow if you want to.
I'll answer to just about anything. So
Okay,
you
anything.
can call
What's
me
up?
something else. So.
Excuse me. Got me all choked up now.
Oh, here comes that stuff. Beautiful weather.
It is.
Oh my God, it got a little warm yesterday, but that's okay.
It's
Got no problem with that whatsoever.
It's a little polleny out there, but it's okay.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought maybe I'll just
Yep.
then go blow it out your nose or whatever. That's about the only thing you can do right now.
Yeah.
Stay inside under the AC. Don't open the windows. And I've had the door open until a few minutes ago, bringing in some cool air because it was kind of hot in here this morning.
Nice though. Felt good.
Yeah. Well, we talked about it, and we mentioned it a couple of weeks ago when we had the sheriff in here. Chris Thomas was in, and he kind of hinted after the show that something big was coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't talk about it. Well, something big came down. We talked about it in general terms the other day, last week, or was it a week before last, whenever. But it has come to fruition, and the trials will soon start. Let's just put it that way. The cops found, guess what they found when they raided about 70 vape shops across Onslow County a couple of weeks ago?
Oh, do tell.
Oh, guess what? They found, along with the gummies and all sorts of vaping material, officers found some pot in some of the Brunswick, New Hanover County. We got some information, worked with the sheriff's office there, and they found a warehouse full of lots of stuff. Enough for...
I'm not even remotely surprised by any of that.
All started stemming from the raid on these vape shops here in Onslow County. Ever see the signs in the windows that say the products are safe and legal? You've seen those things? No, apparently not always. Law enforcement personnel from 13 different agencies were involved in the crackdown. At a news release in Jacksonville yesterday, Onslow County Sheriff Chris Thomas said the officer seized more than 34,000 grams of Schedule I substances, about 250 pounds of marijuana products.
Wow.
$1,000 in retail value. That occurred over a period of about 2 weeks. At the start of the news conference, the mother of a 15-year-old New Hanover County youngster described the decline in her son's health once he started what he thought was safe vaping. He died after a prolonged period of time last year from severe complications from that practice. Once he got so far along, there was no coming back.
Agreed.
They had to pull the plug on him.
That's so
Got
sad.
his brother and sister there present.
Mm-hmm.
He was an upcoming football player at New Hanover High School. It was his passion until ingredients were quickly administered, entered into the compound, and things are not nice. Tomorrow, Sheriff Thomas will join us in the studio to talk about those raids, the results, and what he, Jacksonville Police Chief Mike Gennaro, along with the agents with NCIS and the DEA, were trying to accomplish. District Attorney Ernie Lee was also present yesterday. I had a question, of course. I've always got questions, so I popped up. And what are the chances of some significant prosecutorial action happening? He said, well, We have to follow the guidelines.
Which aren't that great.
Right.
Mhm.
So many of these things are going to be misdemeanors.
Yep. And they'll be open. They'll have a shop open within 2 weeks.
The shops are already open.
Yeah.
they're
There's
open
one
that
up here on
afternoon.
Commerce Road is touting 24 hours.
Well,
think
some of the
there's
ones
two.
that they closed down, for
Mhm.
example,
Mhm.
they will reopen either in the same location with a different family member
Mhm.
listed as the operating agent, or they'll move to a location, let's say down the street or
Well,
across
here's a
town.
problem that they have in the city. I don't know. I think the county commissioners were working on something very similar about their locations for any
Yes.
new shops.
Mhm.
I don't know whether that means new shops with new owners or the same shops with new owners. They may not be able to reopen in the same location. That's going to be up to the city attorney to find out because they cannot be located in certain locations. They cannot be close to a school,
That's right.
new ones.
Nurse daycare.
Yep, and all that sort of good stuff where kids hang out. They're not going to be able to be there. The products that they listed, here's one of the interesting things that I found out about this. They're also going after labeling products with counterfeit labels.
Mhm. Yeah,
Not with the labels that you're seeing are not the ones that are from the original manufacturers of those labels.
correct.
They're stealing those labels and putting them on a products that are supposedly safe for general consumption,
Mhm.
right? Like gummy bears.
Yeah, but there's a lot of illicit gummies out there now.
I'm talking about gummy bears,
Like
the original
regular gummy bears.
the
Yeah, the
original-
Haribo gummy bears.
And then
yes.
what happens if you take that, copy that label?
Mhm.
Well, there's a violation. There's a federal
Yes.
violation for doing that.
Correct.
Hot dang. Now it's
Yeah.
going to get juicy.
Mhm.
That's when the stuff's going to hit the fan and going to be spreading over everybody. That'll be good.
I think if the state would go in, and this would involve, General Assembly legislation
Well, they're working on that too.
to
Right.
regulate, because the vape shops are not regulated. Tobacco in the state is not regulated like the ABC is. And if they would do that,
Tobacco for underage.
would just like the shops, they don't have the same regulation
Yeah, I
as
know.
as the ABC, alcohol sales do.
Mhm.
They need to bring and this has been brought up before the General Assembly before by prevention professionals in the state. There's a work group on, I used to be a part of that work group, where they want to get the state to get more regulatory on that for this very reason.
Yeah, well, the DA and the sheriff and Chief Yanero yesterday, they all pointed out that that's the direction they were headed in.
Absolutely, it needs to be.
And they've all were talking. I think the chief was talking with Senator Lazara
Mhm.
the evening before. So yes,
It's very important.
it's all in the works.
If you knew how some of these stores were run and some of the products in it, you would be horrified. Horrified.
Maybe we all ought to put our shirts on, identifying shirts, and just start visiting these locations. What do you think?
Grateful, then you need to come to work with me one day. We have a grant. We have to do this. Matter of fact, we're getting ready to start it back up.
I mean, that would be sort of one of those little issues that
And we're
probably would
working-
irritate people.
We're working with the sheriff's office. on
That's
this.
kind of like what we used to say.
Enforcement activity.
There was a particular restaurant in Wilmington, if you really wanted to get a seat there
Mm-hmm.
at lunchtime because they were so crowded, all you need to do was get an ice raid shirt and wear it. The place would clear out when you walked in the door.
Well, I guarantee
We
you.
have a caller. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey,
It's Steve. How
Steve,
y'all
what's
doing?
going on?
morning.
Hey, I wanted to call in a little earlier this morning, so maybe have time for a little extra comment.
Okay.
Yesterday, I kind of got on Dr. Greg Murphy saying what he said was untrue. And I wanted to bring receipts this morning. If you pull up Senator Langford's speech from the Senate floor 2 months ago, at 16 minutes in, he talks about the 5,000 immigrants and what that really means. And that debunks what the senator said, or what the congressman said yesterday. At 21 minutes in, Senator Langford directly calls out his Republican colleagues, especially the ones in the House, for trying to manipulate that 5,000 immigrants thing into something that's not.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then 2 months later, it's been 2 months since then, Dr. Greg Murphy, yesterday on your show, cited those 5,000 immigrants coming in a day as his primary reason for not supporting that bill.
Okay, now let me
finish,
ask you
finish.
this.
2 months after what he said was proven not true by the senator who crafted the bill, he come on your show and is still telling that same untruth.
Okay. Now, question for you: is that 5,000 a day on for an average of 7 days a week? Is that what it is? So, in other words,
That's what the bill said. That's what
Okay.
the bill said.
so it is 5,000 per day over an average of 7 days of 30, which would be 35,000. When it reaches that, then they cut them off, right?
Well, there's some other stipulations. If it reaches 8,500 in 1 day, then it is immediately enacted.
Well, that's okay.
So there's some other stipulations in there. But it's only fair to say that we have exceeded that 5,000 encounters. That doesn't mean that we're letting 5,000 in. That means that Border Security made 5,000 encounters. They could have deported a certain portion. A certain portion may have asked for asylum, but it's 5,000 encounters.
Mhm.
So that right there is completely different in the way they're trying to categorize it. And that's my problem with him and my problem with most of these Republicans. And as far as like Kelly's question about why we keep bringing up the 2020 election, it's because Donald Trump made the claim that the election was stolen last week. The leading Republican candidate is still going around telling everybody that that election was stolen.
I don't think
So are we
Kelly's
supposed to ignore that?
The congressman is the one who brought that up, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I asked about
Yeah,
that.
he kind of brought it up, but Kelly has made that comment, and she backed it up as soon as he said it, and has made that comment several times.
Mhm.
So that's why I was kind of speaking towards her as to why we keep bringing it up is
Well-
because the leading presidential candidate for the Republicans said it last week.
Well, I don't think he needs to say it, but my question also becomes, what does bringing it up do?
Well, what we're doing is we're trying to address the elephant in the room that the leading Republican candidate is still claiming that the election was stolen from him.
He is.
And we have quite a few Republicans that still claim that as well. This particular Republican, he said that he said that Joe Biden won and Trump didn't. But he still wants to put that clause in there that there was some shenanigans that justified him coming out and saying that the election was stolen without any evidence back then.
Well, I think
And the true answer would be that no, we shouldn't have believed it. We never should have believed it because they never presented any truth to prove that there was any kind of election fraud. We should never believe such an outrageous claim without absolute proof. We should have known that there was a red flag when Bill
Okay.
Barr came on TV
Who
and
are
said there was
we?
no election fraud and
Steve,
resigned.
Steve,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
this is exactly what you're doing right now. Is exactly what I have issues with people doing when I'm driving down the highway and said, "Oh, you could have turned back there." That's yesterday.
Yeah.
That's 3.5 years ago. Steve, I don't really care I don't care what we should have done. We didn't do it, Steve. So just get
I
over
get
it.
that.
Okay.
Nobody
But
did
are
it.
we
Just get
not-
over it.
Do you not see that we're going into the same
No,
scenario
absolutely
again?
not.
The
Not
Republican-
we.
No.
Trump and his supporters are already saying that they're not going to honor the election if he don't win.
Well, that's fine.
They're
Let them
already
do not
saying
honor it. Look what it got him. He became a loser. He lost it.
Look what it did to our country by him telling that lie.
Oh,
And
you know.
why won't these Republicans? Why won't these Republicans say that what he's saying right now
All right.
isn't true?
All
That's
right.
the reason why they won't lock onto it. Is because if they say that it was a lie back then, they have to say what he's saying now is a lie.
You know what he's saying now?
And that's the catch-22 they're caught in.
What he's saying right now, most people are, to be honest with you, most people except the extreme right wing are taken with a grain of salt. Pretty much as though a bunch of us are taking everything that Joe Biden does with a grain of salt. Okay? We do not have a viable candidate running for office for the presidency of the United States for 2024, and we're going to be stuck for another 4 years with somebody, and I don't know who it's going to be. We're going to be stuck for another 4 years. So get over it. We're going to be arguing about it until 2028.
What you're doing is you're normalizing that.
I am not normalizing. Don't tell me what I'm doing, number one. Do not tell me what I'm doing.
A sitting congressman on your show yesterday said something that has been proven by the Republican who crafted the bill to not be honored.
And you're going to beat it. You're going to beat
And you're
that
saying-
dead
you're like,
horse.
That's okay.
You're going to
We
beat
don't
that
care
dead
if he
horse.
comes and talks to us.
You're going to beat that dead horse, aren't you?
But here's the other thing,
Why?
you know,
It's not a dead horse. He's saying about something about a bill that was just 2 months ago, proving that what he's saying is not true. Just 2 months ago.
Okay.
How's that beating a dead horse?
but if he thinks it's
That's him
true,
telling
for
a lie.
example,
So
Yesterday.
you've already beaten that dead horse 4
But-
times since the show started. So go ahead.
I-
Beat it
I
one more
hate-
time and then we'll
He
get it
lied
done.
yesterday.
Okay.
He lied yesterday. How am I beating the dead horse?
That's
A
5
lie he
times.
told yesterday.
That's 5 times. And we got to take a break,
I'm
do
asking
some
you a
weather.
question. I'm asking you a question. How am I
I'm-
beating the dead horse?
It's my
about something he did
opinion you're
yesterday?
beating a dead horse, Steve. I don't have to
He
prove
did it
anything.
yesterday, Rayford.
I don't have
He did it
to.
yesterday.
You're
But the-
hard-headed, Steve.
but
We got to
the
go. You're live in local real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. The good news is that Eastern North Carolina should not experience any hazardous weather through the rest of the week. Of course, as we all know, that outlook can change. The good weather is a chance to have fun, and you might take some time of that time, take some of that time to think about severe weather events that could happen throughout the year. First, you should have a plan for threatening weather, a plan that will likely keep you at home with supplies that can keep you comfortable for a day or two. Of course, that will involve food, snacks, and beverages. If severe weather is imminent, that might cause you to evacuate, especially if you live in mobile homes or manufactured homes or camping trailers. You need to have a place you can go for safe shelter. Make sure all of your cell phones are charged and use them sparingly. But if you leave, be sure to share your plans with your family, neighbors, and friends. The severe weather tips are brought to you each day by John Stars Electric for all of your electrical needs, including standby Generac generators. If you've ever been without electricity for a day, maybe 2, or even a week in the event of a powerful hurricane, you can understand how miserable the days and the nights can be. Before the hurricane season of 2024 actually gets here, and that's less than 7 weeks away, this would be a good time to reach out to the John Stars team for some help in planning an alternate power supply. It doesn't have to be a luxurious system, but one that can provide some of the basic creature comforts will be a welcome relief. Power up your life with a Generac generator from John Stars Electric. Call 910-989-1908 today. Now is the ideal time of year to take advantage of the professionals. It's all turnkey and worry-free, and the service they sell, all they service is what they sell, okay? Again, the number to get you started, 910-989-1908. Remember, the Atlantic hurricane season is only 6 blocks away. We'll be right back with the marine forecast.
97.1 WSME.
Is your phone plan messing with your savings plan? Don't get stuck paying for things you don't want. With Verizon, you only pay for what you need. And for a limited time, when you bring your own phones to a Verizon store, you'll get an amazing price on your plan. Plus, you'll save on things you actually love, like the Netflix and Max with Ads bundle. And it's on our award-winning 5G network. Bring your phones to your Verizon store today for an incredible deal. A better plan to save is Verizon. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Discover, this is Daniela.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great. But with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you with?
Do you like asparagus and mushroom sorbet? I've got leftovers.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cashback. It pays to Discover. Eligibility in terms of discover.com/cashback debit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible. And it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Hey, the marine weather forecast is brought to you as a service of Community Prevention Services right here in Jacksonville. Vaping, we've already talked about it once this morning. Substance abuse and drug overdoses are not the only subjects that the team at Community Services deals with. Sometimes tragedy can be overwhelming, a problem that may have issues dealing with, that we may have issues dealing with. Your job, your boss, all can cause stress that that you might not recognize as stress. If left untreated, stress can lead to anxiety issues. You might know something is wrong, but you can't wrap your hands around the problem. Believe me, you're not alone. Most of us have stress issues to some degree at some time in our lives. When it seems you're not moving forward and dealing with the issues causing the stress, that's definitely when you need to reach out. Trained professionals are standing by to help you, but you need to give them a call. There's no better time than the present. Call Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville at 910-353-0972. Their credentials and their experience are impeccable. That's 910-353-0972. Offshore today, looking pretty darn good. Southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, diminishing to 5 to 10 this afternoon. Seas 3 to 4 feet, dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop in the afternoon. Tomorrow, southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet, dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop. Thursday, southwesterly winds 15 to 20, seas 3 to 4 feet. Sounds and rivers going to be choppy.
Today, mostly sunny, a high of 87.
Jesus.
I love it.
Wow.
Not complaining.
I'm not
Tonight,
either.
partly cloudy, low of 60. Tomorrow, it'll be mostly cloudy with a high of 83. A little bit of gusty winds tomorrow. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, low of 64. And on Thursday, the sun comes back out with a high of 85 and about 15-mile-an-hour gusts. It stays to the 80s until Saturday, and then Sunday it drops down to about 68.
No, well,
I know. That's going to feel bitter.
Yeah, probably.
It's going to feel cold.
Put your long johns on.
I'm telling
Put
you.
an extra blanket on.
Ooh-wee. Yikes.
All right, hours before leaving port, the massive container ship that caused the deadly collapse of the Baltimore Bridge experienced apparent electrical problems before it ever left port. A loss of electrical power as the ship was approaching the bridge on its way to the Atlantic Ocean last month resulted in a loss of the ability for the ship to be steered. The large ship struck the bridge, sending much of the structure to the bottom. 6 men who were working on the bridge at the time were thrown into the water. 2 were rescued. The other 4 perished. FBI agents boarded the vessel yesterday amid a criminal investigation into the circumstances leading up to the catastrophe. While the ship was actually docked in Baltimore, alarms went off on some of its refrigerated containers, indicating an inconsistent power supply. That's according to a confidential source. Officials with the National Transportation Safety Board have said their investigation will include an inquiry into whether the ship experienced those power issues before starting its voyage. Board Chair Jennifer Homendy said last week the investigation is focused on the ship's electrical system in general. The ship experienced power issues moments before the crash, as is evident in videos that show its lights going on and coming back on and off. You know, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
There's a warning. When you have things like that happening, the power cuts out.
That's right.
Before you leave the dock, you may want to can we get a couple of tugboats here to assist us?
Well, why wouldn't they have checked that? You know, a plane, they check everything before you taxi away.
Yeah.
They don't do like a pre-boat check.
Well, they do that, but it was working when they pulled away. Wasn't working before they pulled away,
Well,
but then it started working, so they pulled away.
Well, if I'm hearing
Then
the
it quit
alarm,
working.
I'm going to have it checked. But that's me.
Oh.
Well, you know, there's a Boeing whistleblower right now that's getting ready to appear before Congress.
Oh, yeah,
about
that's gonna be
I bet
mess.
that guy
safety issues.
is going to have a lot to say.
He better hope he doesn't.
He'll end up like that other guy.
Probably I wouldn't want to be
Scary.
flying if I was him.
Going to
Yeah.
be interesting to see what he's got to say, whether it's truthful, factual, whatever.
I don't
But,
know.
you never know.
It can be scary when some of the things that people have things they know can be very scary.
Do you have the story on Trump yesterday?
Yeah. Well, yes.
Because I want to say something when you after that.
Well, we can talk about it very briefly here. The Trump, of course, is in court, jury selection. The interesting part is of the approximately 100 people that they called up there, a very large percentage of them had to be dismissed because they filled out a form that says, yes, they have political views. They have other views. They cannot judge this man fairly. They cannot do this. They cannot do that. At least they admitted
At least they were honest about it.
They were honest about it. Otherwise, they would have been nailed.
Yeah.
Trust me, the Trump team would have been providing all sorts of background information on them. But that's just that in itself should show you something. that in itself should show you a reason for a change of venue, to be honest
I
with you.
agree with that. Yeah. Yeah.
That by itself, the judge should be up there saying, then the Don comes down and he says, the judge said I can't go to my son's graduation. No, he did not. The judge said he did not say anything. He has not said, yes, you can go, or no, you cannot go. So Trump just fabricated that right out of the picture, blew it up.
I wondered why, when my mother was watching the news last night before bed, that they were talking and they were just saying, Trump, go to Barrett's graduation. It's a once a lifetime thing, whatever. And I thought, why are they bringing this up? Okay,
The
that
judge
explains
has
that.
already said that he fails to appear for any of the days of court that he's supposed to be there.
Be held in
He
contempt.
will go to jail.
Yeah, well,
But the judge, you're right, Rayford. The judge he has not given him
said
an
a word.
answer on
So
that yet.
Y'all need to pay attention to all of that. But
Right.
again, I'm paying a whole lot of attention to that that one big issue there. I think that's
Well, I had to tell you, I was watching it yesterday on the Associated Press, and the protesters outside, Lord have mercy, I thought there was going to be a shooting or somebody was going to go down. There was this one lady who was holding up signs that were, she was degrading Trump. And she had a whole bunch of Trumpers standing behind her. And every time she tried to hold up a sign, they were putting Trump flags over her head. It got into a war of words.
That's just ridiculous.
And all you could hear was that one word in the English language that is, that
we don't use.
Yeah, that is a lot of people. Well, anyway, and it went on and on. I really thought there was going to be a huge.
I'd to clear the courtroom. I mean, clear the court.
Yeah, this
court
was
property.
outside.
I'd clear it. Just clear it.
It got so bad, and the news media was right up there filming.
they're
every
all
bit
about
of
it.
Well, that's what it's all about.
It was all about,
That's what-
let's
that's
get
what it's
all this
about.
on camera.
Okay, now this whole thing that he's going to trial for is because he, according to the allegations, that he screwed up his his business dealings, his finances, and misreported some stuff, and said, that's not right. No, and then but he used the money to pay off that well, can we call her a hooker? I think she's been convicted, hasn't she? Anyway, porn star. She's not an adult.
She's an adult movie star.
You mean she's a porn star?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So anyway, we'll call it what it is. Adult film actress is what they're
Yes.
calling her. Her name is Stormy Daniels. And another Playboy model, Karen McDougal. He supposedly paid them off to keep their mouth shut, leading up to the 2016 election. So, all right. So he paid them off. If he did, I don't know. It's what he's under investigation for. In 2019, federal prosecutors, now like 4 years, 3.5 years after these things came to light, federal prosecutors in the Southern District of New York investigated and opted not to charge Trump in connection with that. Said it was not enough to convict him on. The Federal Election Commission also tossed its investigation into the matter in 2021. Now, Mr. Bragg, I'm not sure where he got that burr up under his saddle, but somehow or another, he was convinced to do this. And is it for political reasons? I don't know. I suspect that a bunch of it's for political reasons, because they started after the 2020 election when Trump said, I'm going to run again in 2024. So the war began then. At that point in time, let's discredit him. Let's do whatever we can. Let's find something legal to do. Let's raid his Mar-a-Lago place. Let's dig up this whole thing that the other Southern District of New York, federally said, no, we're not going to do it. Nothing there. Move on. And the Federal Elections Commission said nothing there to work on. Move on. So now they dig it up, and so they can generate a lot of publicity. Now, this gag order and this requirement to appear in court during some of the peak campaigning times for the 2024 election, is that election interfering? That's my question. Is that election interference? I personally think that borders on it for sure.
I agree.
But the first thing they need to do is change the venue to another district, another location. This location, you cannot get a fair trial in.
I just don't believe there's any juror that's going to sit on that jury and be unbiased.
On one side or the other.
Right.
One way or the other. I'd probably be the only one to be able to rule one way or the other or decide one way or the other after I heard the real evidence, not the speculations, not the political panderings of both sides,
Right.
because I've been in court a lot. Okay, we have a special guest.
Yes.
And we're taking up some
Cheers.
valuable time for a valuable topic, a very valuable topic.
We just got started this morning. We couldn't stop, Carol.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I have my opinions too.
Yeah. Carol Town joins us.
Please
and-
don't yell at us.
Oh, no.
I know Carol.
I lean your way.
And I know Carol. I guess I met her for the first time, but I know of her from the Onslow Amateur Radio Club
Yes.
Society. It's a
Club.
society. It's a club.
Club.
I call it a society. OARS, ORS.
Well, actually, it's AO. AR.
OAR.
OARC.
Yeah, I know. Orc. But I like ORS better.
It doesn't roll off the tongue very easily.
Yeah, I know. It's that too.
Kelly and I are like, what?
Anyway, the ham radio guys. And
Hams.
so I started the meeting last Saturday morning, and then we chatted, and we chatted a couple of times since then. And anyway, we have her in here because it has nothing to do with amateur radio, except that you remember that group.
Yes. Yes.
And-
One of many groups I'm a member of.
And you're also involved in a big event coming up on the 27th this month, a couple of weeks away.
Yes.
From last Saturday.
The North Carolina Cooperative Extension, in coordination with the Extension Master Gardeners, we have our annual spring garden festival, which is where we sell a whole bunch of plants. We have vegetable plants, herbs, native plants, some that are brought in, a lot that are dug up from the Discovery Gardens. So we know that they grow in this area.
Discovery Gardens.
The Discovery Gardens is the gardens that are behind the farmer's market. They're set up for the public so they can see what kind of plants actually grow in this area. So we're going to have that. It's going to be behind the farmer's market. In past years, or last year for sure, it was up closer to the highway. But because they're going to be doing all the renovations and everything to the senior center, we went behind the farmer's market this year.
Cool. Good.
And we're going to have not only the plant sales, we're going to have children's activities. So bring the kids. We're going to be painting rocks, and we're going to be making bird feeders out of pine cones. So there'll be somebody there. So as you're looking for plants, you can have the kids do the activities. And after you're done, we invite you to take a stroll through the Discovery Gardens, see what all the plants are. It's a beautiful area. Plus, we're going to be selling other things. We'll have rain barrels there for sale.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Good stuff.
We're going to have bird feeders.
Hummingbird feeders?
No.
Oh.
No. We just have seed feeders.
Okay.
Yeah, wooden seed feeders, bird houses, owl boxes. And so you can purchase those.
Owl boxes?
Owl boxes.
Never heard of it. Having a box for an owl.
Yeah, well, you want to encourage them to be close by because they eat a lot of the mice and rats and snakes in your area.
Oh, good.
They don't bother dogs, do they?
Depending on the size of the dog.
Mine's little.
Yes.
He's 20 pounds.
Oh, no, that's.
They're talking about like a little miniature.
Yeah.
Like mine.
Tiny
So make sure.
No, smaller than him. Like
Yeah.
a little tiny teacup.
You get some of those
like a
big
chihuahua
owls.
or something. We have a few great horned owls here, but we mainly have the barred owls. But we're also going to have hanging baskets for sale. Those went really fast last year. And we're going to have the plant clinic open. So if you have questions about plants, about how to grow plants, or questions about the plants that you already have, you can go in, and this is going to be our grand opening of the new plant clinic. Since they have rearranged everything, we have a modular out there. This is where our new plant clinic is located. And then on top of that, after you're done, you can go through the farmer's market itself because it opened officially this past Saturday. So there'll be a whole bunch to do, a whole bunch to see, and a whole bunch to buy.
Okay. Now, first of all, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that tomato plants are probably the number one plant that most people go out and search for.
The tomato plants, the elderberry bushes go really quick.
Really?
Yes. The blueberry bushes go fast.
Elderberry.
Yes.
I would say then pepper plants.
And then pepper plants.
Okay.
So, but we're going to have a wide variety of different plant zucchini and cucumbers. And
Sure. Now, the thing is, what I've learned over the years from the people who are a lot smarter than I am, grow the stuff in your neck of the woods that grows in your neck of the woods.
yes, don't try to get something that grows really well in California because
Orange trees are not great here, are they?
No,
Okay.
no. A lot of fruit trees don't grow very well. Fig trees
They
grow
do.
well. So that would be something you might want to plant.
Persimmon trees grow well if you got the right persimmon here.
That's right, because persimmons are actually native. So you could grow those.
Yep. Yeah, I've got one of those and got 3 fig trees, one big one and a couple of real small ones that are just starting. So
Yeah. This is going to be on April 27th from 8 until noon, unless we sell out sooner, which has happened in the past.
I'm sure.
But unfortunately, last year we were taking cards, but because the Wi-Fi is so spotty and everything, that it's only going to be cash or check this year.
Bring your money. Bring your checks.
I'm going to
Okay.
get my cash. Yeah.
Cash is green is good.
But you won't find better prices.
Okay. I was going to ask you, this be competitive?
Yes, it's going to be very competitive.
Okay, good. And how far along are these plants? Are different stages, different levels?
Yes, most of them are established. We get our vegetables and some of our herbs from a grower in Burgaw, so they're all locally sourced. And then some of us master gardeners have been growing some of the seeds that were collected from the plants last year.
Okay, a lot of folks do that, don't they? Let's take a break and we'll talk about that when we come back, if we could. And if you've got something that's really producing well, you like the taste of it, everything else, you can save the seeds from it. If you do it right, you can plant them next year, right?
Yes, you can.
We'll talk about that when we come back. You're live on Local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME.
In a season of falling temperatures and rising energy bills, your local Bryant professional is always ready, standing by to protect your home's comfort and defend you from uncomfortable temperatures and the higher energy bills associated with them. Ready to do whatever it takes for your home, your family, and you to be comfortable without breaking the bank. Because when the temperature falls, that's when your local Bryant professional turns up the heat efficiently.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this winter. Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, serving our community for over 25 years. Also, Down East can help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today at 346-4311.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. And in addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, expert custom window tinting, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, expert window tinting, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back in our guest in the studio, Carol Town. She's a master gardener, so she knows how to make things work. And she got a green thumb,
Yes, I do.
and she's sitting in front of a green microphone right now, too. So
That's right.
That was totally planned. You understand that, right? Uh-huh. But anyway, Carol, growing from seeds, we can go to the store. It always bothers me if I go to a store, how long have those seeds been there and where did they start?
Right. And you don't know how they've been stored.
Don't know anything. You store them under 98-degree temperature and moist conditions, and it may or may not work, right?
Correct. Correct.
Anyway, you buy some brand names from a local company, somebody else. And I used to like the seeds that I could go and they would dip them out of the bucket.
Yes. And there are a few stores around here that do that.
Okay.
Yes.
They measure them out. You can buy them by the ounce or whatever you need for those. I always like those. So anyway, but if I've got some good plants that are growing, some good cantaloupe, some good watermelons, or okra or whatever, I can save those for next year. From some of save some of the seeds, right? Some of the pods.
Yes, you just need to make sure that they're dried.
Mm-hmm.
You want to store them in an airtight container, and preferably in a cool environment, so like in a refrigerator.
In a refrigerator, yeah. Just make sure they're airtight.
Yes.
Because you don't want moisture getting in there.
Right.
And
You
the
don't want
seeds
them-
will sprout when there's moisture around.
Oh, yes.
You hate to have that happen right in the middle of the wintertime. So, now what?
Right.
So, well, that's good. I guess most people probably go with the plants, right?
Yes. Yeah, most people go with the plants. We did have quite a few rain barrels that were sold. A lot of people like the rain barrels. Those are, I believe those are $75 for the rain barrels,
Okay.
which is actually not a bad price
Nope.
if you look on the market.
Now, the rain barrels, a lot of folks will put them in an area like under one of their downspouts from the roof or whatever.
Yes.
So we'll catch a lot of rain. All the water running off the roof will come down and go into your barrel.
Yes.
And then what happens? I mean, this thing just sits on the ground, and what happens? We got mosquitoes down here.
Well, you can have a special lid that has the hole on top so that it helps keep the mosquitoes out. You also want to stir it occasionally because mosquitoes only grow in stagnant water.
Right.
They don't like things that move. And you can add a little bit of bleach to it, but you want it to sit after you do that.
Right. Don't use it right away.
Don't use it right away. It will help purify it, but you need to let it evaporate out.
I used to have a rain barrel. Don't have one here at another house, and it had a downspout. I'd cut the downspout to go right into it, so it got a whole roof full of water, and it overflowed on a regular basis. But I raised it up off the ground on some cement blocks, a platform that I built.
Yes.
Actually, and then I put a spigot in it, just a regular spigot.
Right. These already have the spigots in.
So do they? They're ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are ready to go. They're ready to.
Where were y'all when I was doing this years ago?
I don't know. I've only been the extension master gardener for 2 years now.
Okay. Well, the rain barrel with the gravity flow, as long as everywhere you're running that hose, you're not going to have any pressure going there, but you don't need pressure. You just want to do a soaker, right?
That's correct. And
just let it soak right on through. And that little meter out there they call that you have to pay the city or ONWA some money for.
Won't move.
Yeah. Doesn't move a bit when that stuff is
That's
coming
right.
off through.
Right. And it's pure, excuse me, pure water.
Yep. It is
Yeah.
very good stuff.
And when you get rainwater, it washes the nitrogen out of the air, which is what you want. For your
That's what
plants.
you're after. So
Yes.
that's always extra good.
Yes.
Kind of like having a nice shower, summertime shower.
Yes.
Coming in.
See,
Well,
well,
I
in a
know-
hurricane, you can just go jump in your rain barrel, take a shower.
There you go. You got that too, just in case you need to flush the toilet.
Yep.
Dip some water out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Quick question for you. Are you guys planning to have those Master Gardener, those gardening classes this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I know they're very popular.
Yeah. The classes start again in August.
Okay.
We don't have the exact dates yet, but the sign up should be starting in June.
Okay.
Now, if you have questions about anything, you can contact Emily Morrison.
Yes, she's been on several times.
Okay.
Yeah. You can email her at EMILEEMORRISON@ncsu.edu. Or you can call her at 910-455-5873, and she can help you and give you more information on the Spring Garden Festival, the Master Gardener classes,
Okay,
or
good.
any other information.
Or we can find you on 147-1000.
Actually, we've been hanging out more at 147.390. So
Okay, you're the other repeater, one of the other repeaters.
one of
Okay.
the other repeaters.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, let's talk very quickly about another event that you're involved in. And this one also involves the Ham Radio Club.
Right, this one does.
The Brookview Run.
It's the Brookwood Baptist Church
Mhm.
second annual fun run. Now, this run, it's a 5K. You can run, walk, bicycle,
Take my boat.
take your boat, or not walk at all.
Okay.
Yeah, if you
There you
register, you're going to get when you finish, you're going to get a rally towel.
Okay.
The cost is $15 to register for the run, and 100% of the money that is raised goes to a mission called Grace Waters, which is they're an outfit that's in Zimbabwe, Africa.
Okay.
And they are digging wells for the various tribes, for the various villages.
Clean water.
Clean water. And along with the clean water, they're also bringing a lot of people to Christ at the same time. So this is a dual purpose. You know, they come for the water. This mission also, were granted some land. And so the young men of the area are taught how to farm, so they become self-sufficient. And then they take those skills back to their villages and they teach their village how to farm.
Okay, so when is this run?
It's also on April 27th.
Okay, same day.
The same day.
That'll be a busy girl.
Yes. And it starts at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Need to be there by.
You need to be there probably by 7:30.
Okay.
You can register online if you want. It's called at Run Sign Up. Oh, that's all one word, all lowercase. RunSignUp.com / Brookwood. And Brookwood, the first letter is capitalized.
Okay.
Or you can go to the Brookwood Baptist Church website.
Take you right there.
And there'll be information on it also. So,
Okay, good. So it's $15 for the run, and money goes to a great cause.
yes.
Good. You can have a lot of fun, get some good exercise, and it's not quite too hot yet.
Where's it going to be held at?
It starts at the church, which
Okay.
is on Henderson Avenue.
It's right across the street from my office. So I know where the church is. Yeah. All right. So,
And it's just going to go
the
back
neighborhood?
through the neighborhood.
got it. Okay.
And so, like I said, the 5K and the radio club is going to be stationed at the turns for the 5K. Partially to help the runners know where to go, and also to help control traffic, because traffic will not be stopped.
Sure.
But so anybody who's driving in the area on the 27th just needs to be aware that there's going to be people running and walking.
Okay. Yeah, be careful out there and pay attention. And also the club will be out there with communications, so everybody will have comms.
Right,
So just in case
right.
there's an issue that needs attention.
Yes. And last year we had a couple people who needed some a little assistance, so it was nice having.
Sure.
And it also showed the church that how important communications are.
Right. Yeah, and we're going to be involved. We had from the city, JOSC the other day, had Marisa in here too last week
Yes.
at the club, but we also had her in here talking about their run coming up in May.
Yes.
The big event, more than a run. It's a
triathlon.
massive undertaking.
Yes, it's going to be a triathlon, duathlon, and 5K.
I'll
so.
watch it on TV.
So,
I'll be watching from my
but the Ham Radio Club's going to be out there helping
Yep.
with that also.
Yeah, lots of communications required there.
Kelly and I
So.
will be sitting on the porch.
I'm not triathloning it. No.
We'll sit down at the picnic tables by the marina, and you can watch the
There you go.
people running and swimming and biking, and
They're going to swim?
Yeah, they
Yes.
swim in the river. Yeah.
yeah, they do a 400-meter swim. And they're going to have jet skis and kayakers out there.
I'll do the jet ski.
They're for you're not participant. The jet skis and kayaks and boats and stuff are
Or
for security.
safety. Yeah.
Well, I'll just put on my little
Put your little life
traffic vest or whatever. Look like
Put you
a
like
security guard.
We'll put a Baywatch bathing suit on her and have her go out there. Yeah. Little
Oh, that's
lifeguard.
funny, Kelly.
Little lifeguard uniform for her. Yeah. She'll be Baywatch.
Wear one of those from the 20s. that go
Baywatch
down to your
Lee.
ankles.
Carol, thank you for coming in.
Well, thank you for
Thank-
having me.
Thanks
I
for the
appreciate
information.
I hope to get by that morning
We might be have
Yeah.
a chance on the way to
on the way to
Holly Ridge.
to stop in. I
Okay.
an elderberry bush.
Yes.
I'm talking to Jan.
Okay.
Well, I
But-
think too, a lot of people want to know about that Master Garden. I had somebody ask me
Yes.
about it. So
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
going to try to see if I can work my schedule. So I've been wanting to do that for a couple years. I have
wanna
not
go.
my
Let's
schedule.
go together.
Yeah.
And we need to have, maybe you can come back on before
And yeah.
that, the sign up and remind us.
Yeah,
and,
sometime in
help us with that.
July, perhaps.
People
Yeah.
love that Master Gardener class. I know
Yes.
somebody took it and they say it's the greatest thing they ever did.
Yeah.
Got to take a
Yeah.
break.
Yes.
It was
Thank
great.
you, Carol.
So,
All right. Thank
yeah,
you.
Thank you.
You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of these specials and many more at your locally owned and operated Richlands Piggly Wiggly, where good things cost less. Down home, down the street, Highway 24, Richlands. Prairie fresh, bone-in quarter-sliced pork loin, $1.59 a pound. Family pack center-cut bone-in thick pork chops, just $2.59 a pound. Half-cut boneless ribeye loin, $9.99 a pound. Whole sirloin tips, $3.99 a pound. Springer Mountain Farm split fryer breast, just $2.99 a pound. Boneless ribeye steak, $10.99 a pound. Delicious North Carolina grown red ripe strawberries, 1 pound package, $2.99. And sweet extra large cantaloupes, $2.99 each. Enjoy down home country cooking in the deli 7 days a week in the store. Dine in or take out featuring hot, fresh chicken that will make you smile. Country breakfast starts at 5:30 a.m. daily at your Richlands Piggly Wiggly Deli, and it's home to the famous Murrow Bowl. You can also take advantage of the fast, friendly pharmacy located inside Richlands Piggly Wiggly. Richlands Piggly Wiggly, down home, down the street, where good things cost less. Highway 24, Richlands. Remember, save big with the pig. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers residential and commercial duct to dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the Carrier experts. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to paint and maintain, power wash, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties. Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back here for just a minute or so, and then I'm leaving. We got come up for a break here in just a second.
Kelly and I have taken
want to
a-
kill the echo chamber over there, the red button. You have to keep your headphones on to hear that.
Yep.
Okay, do we have a caller?
We do have a caller. Let me figure out.
Caller is on line one.
One, yes.
Who's this?
Hey guys.
You're back.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, it's me. I'm sorry to call twice, but I got my gardener hat on this time, so that should make it okay.
Oh, let's hear it. What do you got?
I was listening to you about the rain barrels, and I may have a suggestion for the mosquito issue. Is that you can take a quarter cup of vegetable oil and pour in your rain barrel, and that oil, if the mosquitoes do lay eggs in there, when the larvae come to the surface, the oil gets on their wings, they can't fly away and they'll die. You can also use neem oil, and then the mosquitoes probably won't lay eggs in it at all.
And what is that
rain
called?
barrels have a faucet at the bottom, so when you draw the water, you'll be drawing the water from the bottom. The oil will be on the top.
What kind of oil?
You can use vegetable oil or neem oil. Neem oil is something that is a kind of a semi-organic bug repellent you can use on your plant.
I never heard of that one, but I'll try it.
Spell it.
You never heard of neem oil before?
Neem oil?
NEEM? Is it NEEM?
Oh, neem.
NEHM.
NEHM.
I never heard of it.
I've seen that. I just haven't used it.
I never heard of it.
All the plant stores sell it.
Okay.
And you can use that and a little bit of Dawn washing detergent mixed with water. And you spray it on your plants, and it gets rid of all the aphids and little small
good.
creatures.
No, I
and stuff
can't
like
take a
that.
bath.
I always have those problems with those little boogers on my tomato plants for the most part. They're
Make 'em
irritating.
Don't
but that
start
works
itching,
really
Lee.
good. But anyway, that's
Well, that's a clever idea.
I wanted to call in with that one.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Steve.
Steve. That's clever. Thank you.
Y'all have a good day.
Have a good day.
All right, well, again, we'll go to a break, a Fox News break, and I'll be gone when the Fox News quiz is all
Well,
done.
let's do, you got a blanket or something like just,
Wish.
and then you'll be gone.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, my.
You're live on Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, we're going to have Dr. Rosemary in here about 7:15, a little bit early tomorrow. And then again, we also have at 7:30, we'll have Sheriff. The Sheriff is in the house.
Yes, and then at 8
Sheriff Chris
o'clock,
Thomas.
we've got Brigadier General Kevin Stewart,
I'm looking
retired,
forward to that.
Carolina Museum of the Marine.
And then at about 8:30 in the morning, we're going to hear about
Donnie
those weather
Cox.
radios.
He's my favorite weather
That I
man.
always tout. Donnie Cox from WCTI is going to be joining us by telephone.
Yes.
And he's going to be conducting some programmings of weather radios here in the Jacksonville area, Onslow County area, coming up in May.
Good,
So,
because I need to get a new
yeah,
one.
you need to get one
Mine
that
is
works.
not-
All right, I'll be back in here tomorrow morning. In the meantime,
Bye,
the
Ray.
ladies are in charge. I am out of here.
Yeah, we're gonna ruin it for you today.
Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Dozens of prospective jurors for former President Trump's criminal trial in New York are dismissed after saying they could not be impartial. Others are answering questions agreed to by attorneys with no one seated on day one of jury selection.
Trump's legal team has asked the court if he could skip the trial next Thursday, while the United States Supreme Court hears arguments on the issue of presidential immunity. But Judge Juan Merchan, who is overseeing this case in New York, immediately shot down that request, saying arguing before the Supreme Court is a big deal, and I can certainly appreciate why your client would want to be there. But a trial in New York Supreme Court is also a big deal.
Fox's Brooke Singing. There's dangerous weather in the forecast in Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois.
Another round of strong to severe storms will strike the central U.S., bringing the risk of more heavy rain, strong winds, large hail, and tornadoes.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean. There's an elevated fire risk across the southwest. America's listening to Fox
News. Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
All right, and we are back. And it's just us, Lee.
Hey, we can do this.
And we have a caller. Let me cue up the right line. Good morning. Who's this?
This is Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Mike.
Hey, I just heard y'all talking about the pests on your plants and stuff.
Yeah.
The guy that mentioned the neem oil, but he didn't mention. Well, I will not use that stuff. You want to be absolutely sure you don't have any tender new growth on whatever you're using that stuff on, or because you will kill it. And if you have aphids on your tomato plants, they're not going to hurt it. The only thing that's going to hurt that plant is the tomato hornworm. You're going to strip your leaves. If you see your leaves being stripped, look for that worm. Pick him off with your hands. You don't need any chemical. And the stink bug. They will
I hate those.
put little blisters on your tomatoes.
I've had that happen. Yes, agreed.
I would recommend planting marigolds and other pollinators, but marigolds take care of a lot of pests.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And you look up, companion plants. You don't want to grow certain plants near, like you don't grow corn near tomatoes because there's pests that corn attracts. So you got to look at what your garden makeup is and make sure everything's compatible. But your marigolds are a very good pest repellent.
Huh, I just learned something. I love it when I learn
knew
stuff.
about the marigolds.
I did not.
Do not use neem oil.
I never heard of it until today.
Maybe on a shrub with some hardier leaves, but anything like annual vegetables, you're taking a risk of killing your garden with that.
What do you like to grow, Mike?
Tomatoes. I think, of course, tomatoes mostly.
Of course.
Cucumbers, tomatoes, snap beans, zucchini, eggplant, cherry tomato. I mean, you name it. I'm trying to grow just about everything.
Are you
I
doing?
try to just grow what does good here.
Are you doing any in containers?
I do raised beds. 'Cause I have a septic system, so I don't want to plant in the ground.
I understand.
But the tomato varieties that I use are like Better Boys. They do really good here. Brandywine's do okay, I think. Those are really good tasting tomatoes. But Better Boys are for, you can do what you want with them, but they're good for canning. They give you your baseball size tomatoes. And
that's what I want.
They do. They're good.
You want
Better Boys.
sandwich tomatoes, I go with Brandywines or Belgian Giant, something like that.
All right.
Lee's writing all this down.
I'm writing it all down.
They got to be able to check the heat. So you got to. The box stores, they sell a lot of stuff that doesn't do good here. So you got to research. I think you can look up on NC State's website, and they have a whole
Yes,
list
they
of
do.
what you want.
Well, Mike,
Berries,
I'm
whatever
sorry.
you want to grow, it'll tell you what is the best variety for this area.
When you plant your tomatoes, do you plant them in ground or do you plant them sideways?
Sideways?
What the heck is sideways?
Yeah, they say that you
When
get
I
a better
plant
crop.
mine, I do raised beds, like I said.
What does sideways mean?
It's you dig the hole
It's just
for
like
it.
a vine. It grows like a
Yes.
vine. You lay it
Okay.
down and it'll stand up.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But I just dig like a small pit. I strip all the leaves
Yes.
all the way up to the last leaf at the top, and then I bury it probably. I start mine in the house in February, so they're 2 feet tall now. So
he's got
I
it
dig
going
them
on.
down.
Yes.
You're doing it the right way.
We might need to have a bunch of gardeners come in
I'm
one
telling
day.
you, just give us a class.
Give us a class on
But
there.
You got Meredith out there at
Grants Creek, right?
He's very, very, very $8.
Yeah, she is.
But anyway, I just wanted to call and say, do not use neem oil. You're going to kill your stuff.
Well, I never heard of it, but thanks for the tip, though, too. Yeah.
Just because they sell it doesn't mean it works and doesn't mean it's good, because they also sell stuff to put in your septic tank. And I used to hold a license for wastewater, and you do not put anything in a septic tank other than what you do in the bathroom and what you do to clean yourself. But you don't put any products down there.
That makes sense.
Yeah, just because they sell it doesn't mean it's good. Doesn't mean it works.
I agree with that. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks
Thank you.
for the tips, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Wow.
Very good tips.
And it is in EEM oil. He sent me a correction. It is the neem in EEM, because I remember that.
I never heard
and
of
I've
it.
heard of it.
I have not.
And I know some gardeners use it, but
Mhm.
I've never used it. I'm not familiar with it. So other than that.
I saw an odd story, but it ties back into Camp Lejeune, which is the only reason why I'm bringing it up, because I thought there was a weird when it happened. You remember John Lee Bobbitt?
Yes.
You remember what he was famous for?
Oh, yes.
Well, apparently he did an interview on April 13th, and he revealed that his toes have recently had to be amputated in the last year or two because he has toxic peripheral polyneuropathy, and he claims it was caused by being stationed here at Camp Lejeune in the 80s.
Right.
He
He's
got the
claiming the
contaminated water.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I guess it's a documented case. So not only is he what he's famous for, he is complaining about the government covered it up, and now he said he can't feel his feet at all now due to the nerve damage, and he has osteomyelitis as well. And so the most recent surgery for him has been in 2023, and they removed. So now he has literally no toes at all from that.
He's had a lot of health issues.
He has had a whole lot. Yep.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I know we talked about it earlier, watching the county commissioner meeting last night. It was kind of a laid back meeting, but I am so glad, so happy that the county manager explained that the posts they did, social media posts they did about the new county mascot
Was
called
it
Hamilton, which was the head of a ham on a cartoon figure. It was an April Fool's joke.
Yes.
I thought
I
it
was
was
too.
because I was calling commissioners going like, is this April Fool's? And they were like, I don't know.
The comments were epic.
Oh, they
if you
were.
read the online comments, they were very
comments were
good.
funnier
Yeah, they were
than the
hilarious.
actual-
Yeah.
Yes, but the county manager last night did dispel the rumors. It is not true. It was
Mhm.
an April Fool's joke. And my first reaction was, thank the Lord.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yes. Yes. That was crazy.
Did you see yesterday? This made me so mad. I was actually yelling at the TV, and it happened throughout the nation. And I'm gonna talk about this story first, and then I'm gonna go into what's really. I'm kind of glad Rafer's not here because his blood would boil at this one because he didn't bring it up.
Turn your radio off, right?
Yeah, Rafer, turn your radio off for this. But the first thing was in Chicago. Now this made me so mad because you guys know I travel a lot for work. At Chicago's O'Hare Airport, the anti-Israel protesters that were pro-Hezbollah blocked the road, sitting on the ground, arm in arm. People were having to get out of their cars and make a 20-minute walk with their luggage up to the airport.
I'd be so mad.
I would have acted a pure fool. I'm just going to tell you now. I don't like when protesters block streets.
Right.
I'm against it. I don't think it
laws
serves a
against that.
purpose. And I don't know why the Illinois State Police didn't come and round everyone up and arrest them all for blocking traffic. Because the news things they showed, they created a absolute mess. And had I missed a flight due to them, oh no.
Well, weren't they chanting stuff like death to U.S.?
Oh no, that was in New York. That was the next thing I was going
Americans and stuff
into.
yeah.
So in New
It's
York
ridiculous.
yesterday, Hezbollah group and some of their supporters, I started to say supporters, staged a protest yesterday in New York City, and they were chanting "Death to America." They burned our American flag. They tried to fight a few other of the pro-Israel and pro American protesters out there, and they set so one guy that was a pro-American brought a flag, and they grabbed his flag and set it on fire. And once again, I'd have been on the news.
Which these protesters.
And here's what I'm saying: they're yelling out "Death to America." Then why are you here?
Exactly. That was my first thought. Why are you here? You need to leave the country.
And there's numerous videos where they were shouting "Death to America! Death to Israel! Death to America!" We hate Americans. And they were shouting it. So there was people there with American flags. And that's who they were shouting it to.
Right.
I mean,
it's just like the protests I was watching yesterday in New York. It was just unreal the way people were acting.
Oh, and then they went to a different location in front of Borough Hall. I don't know where that is. And they burned another American flag, and they were chanting, "Shut it down."
Now, see, you take my flag and you burn it. You and I are going to fight.
Oh, and I love my favorite quote of the day for that, as if "Death to America" wasn't enough. Some lady named political activist. So a political activist, Laura Loomer, she's a pro-American person, was out there, and the pro-Palestinians saw her.
Right.
And so they start yelling at her, telling her that America is a terrorist state.
See, pack your bags and move.
Go, get out. We don't want you here.
We can find you a boat.
Yes, I can't. I absolutely cannot. And the lady, this Laura Loomer, is a Jewish journalist. I mean, what is wrong with it? And the fact that this stuff's allowed, because isn't that considered making a terroristic threat if you're shouting "Death to America"?
I would think so.
Because I would think that if I went to Washington, D.C., and I stood on a sidewalk or stood in front of the Capitol building or in front of the White House and started yelling out "Death to America," I'm pretty sure I'm going to be arrested.
Yes.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it would work that way. It might not.
See what happens right here in Jacksonville, North Carolina.
I'd get my butt beat out here if I started yelling that out. And I want to be one of the butt beaters of the people yelling that stuff out. I mean, this is awful. And, it was on Wall Street. They were doing it too, of course. Oh, they were wearing the Hamas bandanas, waving the Hamas flag, the Hezbollah flag. And somebody even made a post with a video. Oh, it was that lady. She said 9/11 2.0 is bound to happen. Can't argue it.
I can't argue it either.
I can't argue, especially with the amount of people that have been coming across that border that are not Hispanic, that are not from Central and South America.
And we know that's happening.
I think, people are confused if they think that only, immigrant or migrants are coming up. That's not what I would venture to guess. That's probably maybe just half of what's coming across. The other half, the terrorists have figured out how to quickly get in here, and that's how they're getting in.
Yes.
If you don't think they're not organizing, you are delusional.
Sure they
This
are.
is scary. Oh, and they started marching through New York City, chanting "Long live the Intifada." I don't even know what that means, but I love it. Oh, this is my favorite one. I lied. In front of Borough Hall, which once again, a protester held up a sign depicting a person with a rifle with the title "Bring the Genocide Home." So what do you think? What's that advocating? To do it here?
Right. I'm telling you, things are heating up all around the world. And right now we're sitting back thinking that, everything's okay in the US of A, but there's a lot happening. I mean, you got national security advisors are warning that an attack could very well happen and soon on our soil.
Yeah, I agree. And they were also showing yesterday when they were showing them protesting in Israel, in Chicago, simultaneously Golden Gate Bridge.
Right.
New York, we see where they were acting a fool over there. And people were just trying to get to an airplane to get home from work because somebody in the New York City Police Department deputy commissioner said, this is lawlessness. And he said, people they were doing a lot of it during rush hour yesterday. People couldn't get home.
I'd be so upset.
I'm telling you what, the fact that I would have to get out of my car and drag, I travel not light.
Right.
My heavy suitcase, 20 minutes.
A winter parka and then
I
spring clothes.
I overpack, and I'm notorious for it, and I can't help it. I think it's a sickness, but I was watching those people get out of their cars.
Right.
They were angry, and I don't blame them.
The fear too of having to get out of your car and walk past all that to get to where you're going. That's what would scare me.
See, the problem is me being me, and I know myself well enough. I would have been so angry, I would have shouted at them, and that's not a good thing.
Side glance.
Oh, I would have been yelling.
Oh yeah.
I'd have probably yelled out, "Go Israel!" and really riled them up just because
that side glance look and a few words.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would have, because I read that these people had to walk 20 minutes. I don't know how far that is.
Well,
it's far.
Why was law enforcement not out there?
That's what I'm saying. People were questioning it. And they were saying the Chicago police don't have any jurisdiction, but the Illinois State Police does.
Well,
where are they?
Yeah, really.
Do your jobs.
Yeah,
get them up. Because I look, I don't know anything about Illinois law, but I'm fairly certain that blocking the street is illegal.
That's impeding the flow.
And they were arm in arm linked straight across that, like 5 or 6 lanes. I mean, this wasn't like a 2-lane road.
And that's how protesters get run over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We've seen that happen in the past.
I would have driven my car all the way up right to them.
They'd probably jumped on your car.
They would have been in my car now. Would have really been upset. I love my car.
Yeah, no, you would have parked and walked. What else can you do?
I would have been. And what if you've got somebody handicapped or somebody with a baby or whatever? You're going to miss your flight. Chances are. I mean, some people don't get to the airport super early. Some wait until the last minute. You got to go through security.
Maybe that's what you should have done. Just started screaming, "The baby's coming! The baby's coming!" Maybe they would look at you.
I don't think they would have.
Oh, God.
They'd have been like, "You're an American.
Ridiculous.
You're awful." No, especially after I shouted, "Go Israel," and then they would really not help me. So yeah,
you would have been burned in your car.
Weapons in there? Are you kidding? No way. But I mean, this is wrong, and I can't. They were doing it. Now I'm seeing they were doing it in Michigan too. Oh, in Michigan they were shouting "Death to America." Then why are you here?
I agree.
I just don't. And then let's go with some more stupid while we're at it. And this is not even political. This is just makes me mad. So Nevada is known for a lot of ancient rock formations. Okay,
right,
and they're pretty. They are, and some of them are protected. There is a video that has emerged in Lake Mead National Recreation. I've been there. I know where it is. 2 guys. And this is where my why comes into play. They are seen taking these giant boulders and throwing them off the cliff, and they're breaking from this. And it's a protected area. And they crash. And some girl in the video is going, "Don't fall, Daddy." I'm like, "Let Daddy fall."
Oh, no.
But the park rangers are trying to identify them because you can't do this. And they're saying, the public information officer at the Lake Mead National Recreation Center is saying, "This is a personal attack. Why would you do this?" And 7 million people visit that park every year. But it's right near the Hoover Dam Reservoir that, is in there. But these rock formations they're gorgeous. Why would you go tear them down? I don't understand the mentality. I just don't. I mean, the word stupid comes to mind, and ignorant are the 2 words that pop into my head. I'm looking at the video right now. Why? I just want to know why. Why you can't just leave? Why people just cannot leave stuff alone?
I understand. To disagree is one thing. To not have the same views is one thing, but to get out there and protest and yell and scream and make threats.
If I went to another country and started shouting death to that country, I can 100% guarantee you I'm going to be arrested. So why don't we do that?
Right. Well, I mentioned there's a lot of areas to do it. Why that didn't happen yesterday in Chicago? Maybe they were shorthanded. Maybe they didn't have enough troopers.
You can't find.
Maybe the crowd was too big.
State troopers to go. No way.
Because I've seen that happen at large scale functions where the crowd was overwhelming.
Well, it wasn't like no. This was maybe 15, 20 people.
Well,
max.
I would think that they.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like it was 100. Like New York City had a big old crowd, but you can't find it. And what it makes me laugh the most is some of these people, when they get arrested in the past for doing stuff, they can't understand why they're arrested. Are you serious right now?
Really?
I mean, I don't. Okay, yeah, I just don't get it. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll do some weather. We're live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We will be right back.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstones, is for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville. Open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Hey there, it's your afternoon guy, Chris Hollywood, man. Make sure you check me out this afternoon from 3 until 7. We're broadcasting part of my show live at the Coastal Bank and Trust Jacksonville Onslow Sport Hall of Fame with the law office of John D. Warlick. That all happens at Sturgeon City, 50 Court Street, right here in Jacksonville from 4 until 6 today. Sports Talk's Chris Rain will be there. He's bringing a bunch of friends. Bob Warlick, our man, he's Jerry Allen's sidekick with the high school football in the fall. The Cardinals go Cards. Hopefully he'll stop by and hang out with us. There's a bunch of people hanging out to the 23 and 2024 inductees, hopefully. Past inductees, just a bunch of friends coming by. Make sure you listen. Freedom 97.1 WSME today.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality trained systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sierra Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
All right, and we are back.
We are back. Yes, we are. And the marine weather forecast is brought to you as a service of Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville. Vaping, substance abuse, and drug overdoses are not the only subjects that the team at Community Services deals with. Sometimes tragedy can be overwhelming, a problem that many people have issues dealing with. Your job, your boss, all can cause stress that you might not recognize as stress. If left untreated, stress can lead to anxiety issues. You might know something is wrong, but you can't wrap your hands around the problem. Believe me, you're not alone. Most of us have stress issues to some degree at some time in our lives. When it seems you're not moving forward in dealing with the issues causing the stress, that's definitely when you need to reach out. Trained professionals are standing by to help. No reason to wait. There's no better time than the present. Call Community Prevention Services in Jacksonville at 910-353-0972. Their credentials and their experience are impeccable. That's 910-353-0972. Offshore today, southwest winds 10 to 15 knots, diminishing 5 to 10 knots in the afternoon, seas 3 to 4 feet. Dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop in the afternoon. Wednesday, southwest winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet. dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers with a moderate chop. And Thursday, southwest winds 15 to 20 knots, seas 3 to 4 feet, sounds and rivers choppy.
Today, mostly sunny, a high of 87. I love saying that.
Yes.
Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 60. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a high of 83. It could be a little gusty tomorrow with 15-mile-an-hour gusts. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, low of 64. And on Thursday, gets back to being sunny with a high of 85 and some gusts.
Beautiful.
I'm all about it till Sunday.
Yes.
Sunday's going to be 68. And I'm telling you, after today
Sunday,
and tomorrow,
68?
it's going to feel bitterly cold. And it's not going to be bitterly cold, but it's absolutely going to be like a shock to your system.
I like it when it's the high 60s, low 70s. I like it.
I like
It's
70s and 80s.
Right.
I'm not a fan of it being in the 90s. I mean, I'll take it. I don't like the cold.
When it gets
So-
to about 94 up,
Yeah, it gets a little rough,
Mm.
but Lee and I were watching this video. So while we were
It's
sitting here
crazy.
earlier, I looked up on the screen and Lee's little mouse thing had switched over to where we couldn't see comments anymore, but it was showing news, and it showed this thing, and that took place in England yesterday. And see, I don't know a lot about their system of government. I know they got the MPs, they've got the different parties. I don't know anything about them. We have we have the Republicans, Democrats, but they've got more than two. I don't know how it works. Well, anyway, so yesterday Parliament was having some kind of
discussion.
I don't know what it was. Yeah. And they were trying to advance a controversial bill on foreign agents that has been criticized by Western countries and sparked protests at home. I don't know what that means. So hold on, maybe this was in England. Maybe this was.
There was a controversial
Hold on,
bill.
where we were.
Speaker, what didn't look like he was.
No, they were in the
agitated.
country of Georgia, like Russia.
Yeah, the
Okay,
speaker was
okay.
just. You could tell
He was talking. He's giving his little speech, and you can see it. All of a sudden, this guy comes from his left, cold cocked him, and knocked him right upside the head. I mean, and then they start kind of scuffling, and there's a video online. Anybody can watch it.
It looked like an NFL fight.
It did, because all of a sudden it was like a dog pile. Everybody just kind of dog piled on this place,
Diving every
descended into. Yes, I mean, so they don't like this bill about foreign agents. So the Western countries, meaning it, us and other countries, don't like it. I don't know what this bill says, but this is like unbelievable. So then the guy that hit him, it says continue to pummel his opponent, and then they frog jump over the. I'm reading as it's written. They frog jumped over the wooden pews. I mean,
it
to
was
help
something.
fight. Y'all need to watch this video. This
Kind of
is crazy.
Kind of reminded me of the Pink Hill City
It does. I
Council
was going
meeting
to
a
say
couple years ago.
Yes, it looked like Pink Hill when they got to fighting there.
Oh gosh.
And then in England, though, we've talked a lot about squatters lately, and
Yes.
I mean, I know squatting is not a new thing, but it's gotten so much attention lately because, I think our laws in this country do need to be to protect the landlords. I mean, this
Oh,
is
I agree.
aggravating. Well, apparently in England, it's a problem there too. You know who Gordon Ramsay is, the one that
Yes.
does that
The
chef,
food.
and he's like,
He's
that
the
guy
food.
scares me. He is spooky. I mean, he's the one that flips out and cusses and yells. He's that
Throws the
celebrity
food
chef.
across
He
the-
throws the food, and I mean,
This is disgusting.
he will make you need therapy. I've watched that show once, and I said I just can't watch it because there's so many things I see that he's doing wrong, like mental health wise. So apparently he had a pub that he owned, and it was for sale, and he was in the process, and actually they had a buyer, and they were in the process of finalizing the paperwork.
Right.
And 6, the news thing calls it freeloaders. So his York and Albany Hotel and Gastropub is for sale for $16.1 million, and he had a buyer. These people somehow managed to get past his security. He had a lot of security in there, cameras and alarms and whatever, because it was for sale and not open. And 6 squatters broke in somehow, boarded up all the windows, locked the door, and glued the locks. Yeah, I know. So he couldn't get in. And apparently so then the squatters started taking photos and posting them online. And one of them is sprawled across a black leather sofa. And they're like, this is ours now. And another one is wearing, he's on his smartphone smoking, and there's empty water bottles and wine glasses all over the floor. And another one has a photo, has a sofa, one of the sofas in there with crutches. Yeah, go figure. And then they slapped up a legal warning sign on the front door, and they caution anybody tries to evict them, they're going to be in trouble. Now, see, I would have challenge accepted. So apparently, their laws there are different from here, which big shock. But they say you can occupy a non-residential property like a business without the permission. That's not a crime. Seriously?
Seriously? Get past the security system.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to put a no trespassing sign.
I agree.
On their
And it
property.
says, but police
Paint it on your house, whatever.
Police can take action if they commit crimes like damaging the property or stealing. Well, in my opinion now, if they were drinking the wine and the water bottles, that's stealing. That's the loophole I would use. And they said, take notice that we occupy this property, and at times there's at least one person in occupation. Any entry or attempt to enter these premises without a permission is therefore a criminal offense, as any one of us who is in physical possession opposed to such entry without our permission. If you attempt to enter by violence or threatening violence, we will prosecute you. It said violation could result. This is what they wrote and put on the door. Now, if I were Gordon Ramsay, let me tell you what I would do. I absolutely would go to, I would bet, I would kick my own door down. I would.
Sure.
Yeah. And I would say, okay, call the cops. It'll take me to court. I mean, I don't know how much money this man makes, but I know it's got to be a lot. It's probably 7 figures. Who knows? He's in the process of trying to secure an eviction notice. I'd have gone down it right then and there.
See, that's the problem. That's one thing that I feel kind of for the landlords is, in order to evict someone from a property that has damaged the property, not paid their rent, there's so much paperwork you have to go through. The eviction notice, and then trying to get a court date, then getting to court, and
it shouldn't be that way.
No, it shouldn't.
I mean, when you legally own a property and you've got people squatting in there, I think our laws, even here in North Carolina, need to be changed. That one, they need to be updated. Like a lot of our laws need to be updated. But we absolutely need to protect landlords from just this very thing. It can happen to anybody.
Right.
I mean, and it is a nightmare to try to get somebody evicted at times.
I used to be a landlord,
I was
and trying to evict somebody was not easy. And then trying to recoup and go to court for damages. We had one who was a police officer in Maysville, a woman. She absolutely gutted the apartment. She stole wiring out of the wall.
Why would you do
light
that?
fixtures. It was unreal, the amount of damage that was caused.
Well, I had a tenant once go just absolutely bonkers and stabbed his roommate, and that's when I found out blood's considered.
I remember that.
Blood's considered a biohazard. Yeah,
Over there,
right
yeah,
there,
Bryn Mawr,
over
yeah.
Bryn Mawr. Yeah, and I didn't know that. And you have to, once you get a drop of blood on the
Right.
carpet, it all has to be ripped up.
Yes.
And I found out how expensive windows were when you busted out everyone in the house.
I hated having to clean a place after somebody had left and not cleaned it, especially the bathrooms. It was
So gross.
Put on a
So
hazmat suit.
Gross. Yeah.
It was good.
So, all right, what you got over there?
I got some local news for you.
Do it.
This one makes me sad. Jones County, a state trooper resigned the same day he was charged with drunk driving after a traffic stop right here in eastern North Carolina. Trooper Donald Cuff was charged early Sunday morning by a Jones County deputy sheriff. He was stopped around 4 a.m. on U.S. Highway 70. A warrant says Cuff had a blood alcohol level of 0.16, which is twice the legal
Yes.
limit in North Carolina, and he was also charged with speeding. Cuff was assigned to the Johnston County unit and had been a trooper since 2013. The trooper was also a member of the Caisson unit, a prestigious group of troopers used at law enforcement and state funerals. Cuff was released on a written promise to appear. He has a September 13th court date.
And this is what is bad.
That's sad
because
to
as a
me.
law enforcement officer, you know that. Come on.
Yes.
But in this day and age with Uber, there's absolutely no excuse at all.
At twice the legal limit.
Yes, which
And
is scary
speeding.
in itself.
I guess he thought if he got stopped, he would just use his credentials to get out of. But he ran across his Jones County Sheriff's deputy and said, "Nope, you're breaking
Well, I
the law."
agree. I knew a guy that I went to high school with once years ago that was law enforcement, and he got pulled, and he tried to pull that.
Right.
I mean, you know,
Yes.
and he got upset when they wouldn't let him off.
Right.
Dude. I mean, and I've worked DWI checkpoints for years with law enforcement as part of one of our grants. We're required to by the state, and we're just there to take data.
I remember some of the stories
and
you've told.
I mean, and when you see some of these people that they give sobriety, you know, checks to.
Right.
Look, I'm a mom and I'm a grandmother. It scares me to think that some of these people are out driving on our roads with my family, my friends, my clients, everyone, you know, like driving down the road.
I lost a very close friend. She did the passports at the post office through a drunk driver. Her and her husband had gone to a church in Trenton and were traveling home 17 north, heading south, when a drunk driver who had just gotten the control taken off his truck that day.
Oh, geez.
Just that day had that piece of equipment taken off because he had served the probation period, whatever. And he'd already been charged like 2 or 3 times with DWI.
So he's habitual
He was
DWI.
drunk, hit him head on, killed her instantly.
And I bet he didn't have a scratch on him.
No, probably not.
I just.
Now,
that's
here's
so
another
sad.
story for you locally.
Okay.
Beaufort County.
Okay.
And we're going to go to the schools.
Oh.
Officials with the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office say they confiscated a firearm from a student at Southside High School on Friday. Authorities say they received a report on Friday around 11:30 a.m. from Beaufort County school officials about a weapon being confiscated. Upon arrival, sheriff deputies assisted Allied Universal Special Police by collecting the firearm and investigating. 2 students were charged, in a .22 caliber handgun along with ammunition was seized as evidence.
I don't even know what to say. I mean,
wonder how their next school board meeting is going to go.
Yeah, I know. I mean, and sometimes it's like there could be a lot of reasons why a kid is going to bring a weapon on campus. Sometimes it's gang related, but sometimes it's bullying related.
Right.
And I don't think that often bullying is given enough attention as I think it should be.
Right. You know what? I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday who said that her grandson got a haircut and before he went to school yesterday, and as he told her, "I'm going to get so harassed," and sure enough, he was texting her from school talking about how harassed and bullied he was getting because he'd gotten a haircut.
You know who I blame on that? I blame parents. I blame parents completely on that. You know, you need to teach your kids to grow up to be better humans, even better than you were.
Right.
And shame on, I blame the parents. Sure do.
Right.
Because a lot of this time, these kids, they learn it at home.
Yes.
But you got to teach. I always raised my kids
to be respectful,
to help out the underdog, to step in. My oldest daughter, when she was at Northside, and she graduated in 2011. So that's how long this was. This is why I got very upset with this principal. My daughter, there was an autistic kid that was being bullied in the cafeteria. And my daughter went and confronted the bullies. And my daughter got suspended for sticking up for the little autistic kid that was being bullied.
That's a shame, but I'm proud of her.
Oh, I took her out to dinner. What do you want? What do you need me to buy you? She got rewarded.
Yeah.
I was ticked. And I went and had a meeting with the principal. I'm like, how dare you?
Right.
How dare you allow?
This sends a double message. And I know that they have a policy, and I guess whoever's involved, right or wrong, I don't know how that exactly works with our school system here, but I'll tell you, you see so much bullying in the stories from the kids. But you know what? I don't see just kids. I see adults.
I see teachers
bullying.
Some of the kids that come to me for therapy with anxiety and stress, and they're being bullied at school.
Right.
Sadly, some of it is actually from teachers. Not a lot of it, but there has been some.
But it's everywhere.
I mean, I've seen people bully their kids. Look, go to a kid's sporting game.
Right.
You want to talk about some bullying?
Oh yes.
Parents Parents bullying the umpire or the ref. Parents bullying the opposing team's parents. Parents bullying the kids playing on the field or the court, whatever it is.
Right.
It's awful.
Well, after we come back from commercial, I just want to mention the passing of a person that lived in Sneeze Ferry.
Okay.
She was actually our first female county commissioner. And so I just want to touch on that just a little
Okay.
bit.
All right. We're live and local. We'll talk on Freedom 97.1, 11:20 a.m. WSNE. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. That's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997, with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it.
Since the 1930s, people have trusted the local law offices of Attorney John Drew Warlick for personal injury, family law representation, and traffic offenses. That's over 90 years serving the legal needs of people throughout Onslow County, which makes the law offices of John Drew Warlick your hometown law firm. So when you need the services of an attorney, and at some point most people will, the law offices of Attorney John Drew Warlick is here for you. For an appointment, phone 910-455-7700 or visit their location, 313 New Bridge Street, right here in downtown Jacksonville. If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
Hitting the road this year to do some traveling? Make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
All right, and we are back. And Lee, you said you had some sad news.
Yes, as a resident, Sneeze Ferry, lifelong resident of Onslow County. She was actually born in Wilson County, North Carolina in 1929. Sybil Ray Sharp Gandy. After many years as a busy homemaker and mother, she found herself wanting to make a difference to our community that she so loved, and that she did. Sybil served 8 years on the Onslow County Board of Education and then went on to become the first female county commissioner in Onslow County and served this position faithfully for 6 years. So she's passed away. I remember Miss Sybil. I didn't know her very well.
Right.
I just knew her cat. casually, but I just wanted to send her condolences, our condolences out to her family and her friends. But interesting that she was the first female county commissioner elected here in
Nice.
Onslow County. And I
Nice.
remember when she served on the Board of Education. So our condolences, just wanted to mention her. Got a little history behind her, first female county commissioner. You go, girl.
Nice.
So anyway.
Yeah.
And her services, it's all listed. You can go on, the obituary website for the Jacksonville Daily News, and I'm sure y'all can see all the arrangements there. But there you go, some more history for Onslow County.
Awesome. Well, on a lighter note, I haven't posted this on a website yet, and I need to because I sent it to you. You remember how I always talk about that I want a jetpack, and I'm telling you right now, I'm determined to get one. I will get me a jetpack. But anyway, I posted on my personal page the jetpack racing, and I think me and Rayford should do it.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to post this video on our website. This is awesome. They can go 80 miles an hour.
Sure.
I'm telling you, I want a jetpack. And at this
How high
point,
do they go?
thousands of feet. You can go pretty high. But I'm telling you, I could use it because when they try to tell me I can't drive my gas-powered car anymore,
right,
I'm going to jetpack it. Yeah. Because I'm absolutely not getting a plug-in car. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah, so
I'm
instead
telling
of
you,
hear car door, we're going to hear a swoosh.
you'll
when
see a
you're coming
swoosh,
in.
or you're going to hear a horse and buggy, you'll hear a neigh, and I'll be out there, pretending to be Amish driving around with my horse and buggy. But this jetpack stuff is super cool. Very, very cool.
I was looking at my bicycle in the shed the other day thinking I really need to get that out, start getting ready.
I'm all about it. So,
Hey, do you have Roku?
Yes, I do.
They had another cyber attack.
No way.
Just recently, yes. It's affected more than 500,000 subscribers. The company is still picking up after the pieces from the attack, and it is informing customers who may have been affected. The threat actor used a tactic called credential stuffing to gain access to the accounts. This is when an attacker uses credentials from one person's account and attempts to log into another account that may share those same credentials. So if you've got Roku, you might want to go in there and change your password.
Okay, I'll have to do that.
Yes. It's never ending. Hackers are hacking into everything constantly.
Okay.
And I just got an email, which I did not open, and it said it was from a friend of mine, which I know she passed away like 7-8 years ago. And I'm like, it's so-and-so. And I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
So
that's scary.
Yes.
Why can't a hacker just leave? There was a big Change Healthcare had a big hacking thing.
Yes, they
and
did.
it affected us at work, our billing. It affected all the doctor's offices. Everybody uses that for their insurance bill. It's been a nightmare 2 months. It's been awful.
Mike 23 commented, Senator Tom Cotton is suggesting protesters be thrown off the bridges in his state. He's from Arkansas.
I don't agree with that. I think they ought to just be arrested and so some incredibly high bail. But I think too, and given the option, if the ones that are shouting death to America,
right,
given the option, go. Why are you here?
I'm sure the senator was probably just kidding, but
I don't know. That's Arkansas. He might have been serious. That guy I don't even know who that guy is. He could have
Speed
been
in
serious.
Arkansas, we're going to catch you.
Yeah, isn't Arkansas where the movie Deliverance was from? I don't know. I think so. I'm not sure.
I don't know, but anytime I'm in some isolated place and I hear
the
banjos,
Yeah,
I get in the car and I'm
you
gone.
start speeding it up. Yeah. All right, let's take our final break of the morning. We're live and local Real Talk. We will be right back.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of these specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store. Down home, down the street, where good things cost less. Main Street in Maysville. Prime, fresh, bone-in, quarter-sliced pork loin, $1.59 a pound. Family pack center cut bone-in thick pork chops, $2.59 a pound. Half cut boneless ribeye loin, $9.99 a pound. Whole sirloin tips, $3.99 a pound. Whole pork tenderloin, $2.59 a pound. Springer Mountain Farms split fryer breast, just $2.99 a pound. Boneless ribeye steaks, $10.99 a pound. Over to produce. Delicious North Carolina grown red ripe strawberries, 1 pound package, $2.99. Sweet extra large cantaloupes, $2.99 each. Western delicious apples, 99 cents a pound. 1 pint Georgia fresh blueberries, $3.99. Fresh yellow or bicolor corn, $3.99 a package. Crisp broccoli crowns, $1.79 a pound. And 3 12-pack 12-ounce cans of Pepsi products, $14. And make sure you ask about Pig Perks and join the Pig Rewards program today. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, down home, down the street, where good things cost less. Main Street, downtown Maysville. Remember, say big with the pig.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
All right, we're back for our final few minutes.
Yeah, if anybody's got anything interesting they want to share, call us 910-333-0139.
And let me say, I looked it up. Deliverance took place in North Georgia.
Does that make sense? Yes.
Yeah. So
that movie, to me, I watched it. I was young at the time. That scared me.
It's a scary movie. It just is. It just is. I think that once again, we're seeing a lot of plane story. I'm telling you, this makes you not want to fly.
Every day. there is something in the news about a door not sealing or a gas leak or it's just something, a landing gear not coming down every single day.
It is scary.
And you know what? It's probably just like the trains. It's probably just like the ships that hit the bridges. It's something that occurs on a regular basis. You just don't hear about it. But ever since that door blew off on that one Boeing, now you're hearing all these stories.
Yeah.
Hey, isn't this exciting? Craven County, a 4-year-old Brian Patrick developed an intense love of the alphabet by the age of 2. After reading many books about the alphabet and even a visit to the Alphabet Museum, he had the idea to write his own alphabet book. Brian's book is simple, but is 100% of his own. 4 years of age, and he's an author now.
That kid's going to go far.
Congratulations.
I love it.
Yeah, his book is entitled "There Was a Boy Who Swallowed the Alphabet."
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is something.
4 years titled
of
what?
age. There was a boy who swallowed the alphabet. You need to get that book and put it in your office.
I need to put it in my office for my little kids.
Shortly after he had the idea to write his own book, he soon had the idea to grow an alphabet garden. During the spring and summer of 2023, Brian and his family embarked on an adventure to grow a real alphabet garden, planting everything from A to Z. It's pretty cool.
Nice. All right, we got a caller. Marty, is this you?
Yeah, it's me.
What's
I'll
up,
give
Marty?
you a little bit of information on the Deliverance movie. I met the villain in the mountains of North Carolina. I don't know, 15 years ago or so. And he had a pet squirrel in his pocket. It was at a local farmer's market. And he was there every weekend. And he always said, he's a good Christian man. He wished he'd never made that movie as the villain. That's what he told me when I was there.
People probably still scared of him.
People probably afraid of him. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was a friendly man. He just later in life he turned to God and wish he never done it. So
wow,
but easy to talk to. Kind of look like you look at him and say, "Oh, okay, I can see the resemblance from back in the 1970s."
I tell you what, that movie is just difficult to watch.
I tell you that one scene.
Yes, I know the scene you're talking. I agree. It is awful. Yeah.
Man, baby, I don't know how he must have been down on his luck at that time.
I guess something because that's yeah.
Well, it makes me think, who was the actor that did that movie? And he something to do with chainsaws, and he always his only thing he ever said was,
Oh, that was Bill Bob Thornton.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
That
he's a
movie
good actor.
scared me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is good.
Yeah. Wow. So does that guy live up in the mountains, Marty?
So what now?
Does that guy live in the mountains here?
Well, he's passed away now.
Okay. Oh.
He was friend. We had a family friend up there. He was a preacher, and he took us over there one Saturday morning. I said, "Are you serious?"
Oh wow.
I said, where I was, I said, "This is where he's at." I said, "Wow." He played a lot of other films, Cowboys and stuff, but that's what he was known for. He wished if he had to go back, he said he probably would have done it because it's such a bad.
It was an
thing.
intense movie.
Oh wow. Well, thank you for that.
All right.
All right. Have a good day.
Thanks, Marty.
All right. Bye.
Wow.
All right. We've reached the end of our show. We want to
Sure
thank
have.
everybody for hanging in there with us. It has been great being here this morning. Everyone have a wonderful day. It's going to be a nice day. It'll be a nice warm day. And then don't anybody complain about the warmth because I do not like the cold. So I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Rayford will be back in the morning. And we
Yeah.
will have
Yeah.
Sheriff Chris Thomas here. And Dr. Rose will be on about 7:15.
General
Then
Stewart.
General Stewart at 8. And at 8:30, Donnie Cox. It'll be an action-packed day tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
So everyone have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow. This is Live and Local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Have a great day.